Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to share some of my favorite type of samples. Any other type of sound, I just find it randomly, but these are the ones that I actively look for. Let's start with Lonnie. He's a keyboard player. The cool thing about it is that he plays the Rhodes. The Rhodes is one of my favorite samples of all time. Even if it is to just layer on top of other samples when you get those higher notes from the Rhodes, or just chords from the Rhodes to start a beat with. So it's really an amazing instrument, and I like to use it all the time. The first three samples that I'm going to show are like the samples that I usually use to start a beat with. So the Rhodes is one of them. Normally I make a beat by starting with the drums. I make a drum loop because I like to have a rhythm going so I can drop some samples on top of the drums. And then after I get the drums going, I either go for the Rhodes or these are the two sample types that I'm going to share with you. So this is another amazing record. I don't know if I should take maybe the cover off so it doesn't shine. Beautiful record, man. And the thing about this record, along with countless other records, is that it has this beautiful sample in there. So the cool thing about this sample is that it comes with a bass already in there. So that's one of the things I search for when I'm digging, is samples that come like a piano in the bass, or a flute in the bass in really whatever on top. I love that because for me, like the foundation of a beat usually starts with samples with low frequencies. That's how I like to start layering samples. I start from the bottom up. So I start with samples that have low frequencies. And usually if I have samples like this that already come with bass in them, that, I don't have to create a bass line at the end. It just comes with it. And then it's just a matter of me chopping it and then creating a new pattern with it. And of course, man, I have to bring this beautiful record, The Awakening by Ahmad Jamal. I'm very much a jazz digger. I love digging for jazz. I love pianos that come with that sort of dissonance from jazz and those 7 chords, 9 chords. All right, so this is the next record, and this is spiritual jazz, right? This is the type of record that I love digging for. These sort of records are really nice because they're always very experimental, and you find things in here, sounds that you don't normally get from other jazz records or any other record, really. And not this one in specific, but other records sometimes use weird sounds, like his son Ra, for example. I might have a record of him right here. There you go. He uses a lot of weird sounds. Of course, he uses synth sounds, but there's a lot of stuff that comes into play on these records, experimental jazz records, that I love. Especially because these small little weird sounds that you can get out of these records, sometimes you get more than weird sounds out of them, but these small little cuts that you take are just perfect sometimes on top of a beat.
Space is the place, yeah, space is the place. Yeah, space is the place, yeah, space is the place. 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 Is the place.
So we're coming into the section of the synths. This is the record that put me on to synths, actually. Mostly I use this sort of style of music to layer over the beat. So these are like the top layers, like high on the higher frequencies. But also you can get really nice bass lines out of this and stuff. I mean, it really depends on the record. It depends on the sample. Coming to another section as well. I love this. I love Bossa Nova, and that's why I have this record here to show you. This is from Astrid Gilberto, and it's arranged by Gil Evans. Also, Astrid has ended up in some of my beats as well. The voice, that's also one of my favorite samples. One of the things that I look for is women's voices to sample. And one of my favorite voices of all time is Ella.
So I can honestly say it's a lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. And every lovely day. Everything's okay.
got Bobby Hutcherson here. And yeah, Vibraphone. If I see a record with Vibraphone in it, I'm sure to dig for that because I just really love the sound. Like a bit similar to the sound of a Rhodes, isn't it? I mean, there's some similarities in there. I really love that sort of sound. And of course, man, I couldn't leave out the saxophone. What I would do in this situation is really sample a section, filter it, and then layer that on top of all the other samples that I have running in the beats. And to finish it off, I have a record here to show you, but actually on this type of sample, I don't sample from records, but I do have the record, so I'm going to show you. This is La Planète Sauvage. This has been sampled over and over again. And yeah, I love sampling film. Actually, I'm letting you look at the record, but I sampled this, not from the record, I sampled sounds from the film, straight from the film. And the thing about films is that you can really get all of these nice sounds from the film, atmospheric sounds that you can put as intros and outros on your beat. Stuff like Madlib, everyone's did it, of course. MF Doom, all of that. You get these voices, which are pretty cool to use for intros and outros, and just to create stories in the middle of the beat. And so that's the last one. That's the other thing that I look for. I'm always looking at. I love watching films, so I'm always paying attention and see if I can get some of these sounds and just put them in a folder to use later on. So these are my favorite samples for my boom bap lo-fi production. This is what I look for constantly whenever I'm on a record shop. I'm always in the jazz section. Of course, I look at everything, but I mean, I can't get around it. I love jazz, and that's what I dig for. I always look for that when I'm on the internet as well, always searching for these sort of sounds. I'm a huge fan of Rhodes. I will always be. The other day I got a comment saying that the Rhodes is just played out. I'm so sorry to hear that, but you know, I'm gonna keep doing my thing and die happy. So that was it, man. Thank you so much for hanging with me for this video, and let me know what other samples that you like to sample or you look for, and just share with me some of your thoughts as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.